Hey, it's your mate from TheMoneyMad. Ever looked at the stock market and thought, this is way too complicated? Like, seriously. People are talking about AI stocks, market crashes, inflation, interest rates, and it feels like everyone knows something you don't. So you either stay out completely or you jump in blindly and hope for the best. And let me tell you, that second option is exactly how most beginners lose money. Not because they're stupid, but because they don't have rules. They follow hype, they chase trends, they panic when things go down. And in 2026, with social media louder than ever, that problem has only gotten worse. So in this video, I'm going to give you something different. No hype, no complicated jargon, just 7 simple rules that actually work. These are the same principles smart investors use. And if you follow them, you'll already be ahead of most beginners. And stick around till the end, because I'll show you a simple plan. You can start this month, even if you've only got £50 or £100. Rule number 1, buy stocks when they're cheap. Now this is where most people get confused. Cheap does not mean low price. A stock can be £3 and still be overpriced. And another can be £300 and actually be a bargain. What you're really looking for is value. You want to buy something for less than what it's actually worth. Think about it like this. If you saw a brand new iPhone selling for half price, you wouldn't hesitate, because you know it's real value. The stock market works the same way, except most people don't take the time to understand the value. In 2026, we've already seen how hype can distort prices. AI stocks went crazy. Everyone piled in, and then many of them corrected hard. Now here's the interesting part. While beginners were panicking, smart investors were quietly buying because they weren't focused on price, they were focused on value. So your job isn't to chase stocks. Your job is to wait for opportunities. Let me make this even simpler. A lot of beginners think they need to act fast, like if they don't buy right now, they'll miss out forever. But the truth is, opportunities always come back. Markets move in cycles, prices go up, and they come down. So instead of rushing, train yourself to wait, because patience is where most of the money is made. Rule 2, sell when they're expensive. Sounds simple, but emotionally, this is one of the hardest things to do. Because when a stock is going up, you feel good, you feel smart, you start thinking, what if this keeps going? What if I sell too early? And that's where people get stuck. They don't sell, and then the market corrects, and suddenly those profits disappear. Smart investors think differently. They don't try to catch the exact top. They just ask one simple question. Is this still worth the price? If the answer is no, they take profits. Even if it keeps going after that, that's fine, because consistency beats perfection. Here's a mistake I made early on. I held onto a winning stock for too long, just because I believed it would keep going up. And yeah, it went up a little more, but then it dropped hard, and all those gains, gone. That's when I realized taking profits isn't a bad thing. It's part of the strategy. Rule 3, you will lose money sometimes. There is no strategy in the world that wins 100% of the time. Even professional investors with teams, data, and experience still get it wrong. So if you lose money on a stock, it doesn't mean you're bad at investing. It means you're learning. The real mistake is quitting after one loss, or worse, trying to win it back with risky decisions. Instead, zoom out. Think long-term, because investing is a game of patience, not perfection. Think of losses like tuition fees. You're paying to learn, and every mistake teaches you something valuable. The key is to keep those losses small, so you can stay in the game long enough to win. Rule 4, don't buy because it's going up, and don't sell because it's going down. This is probably the biggest trap beginners fall into. A stock starts rising, everyone on social media is talking about it, and suddenly you feel like you're missing out. So you jump in. But here's the problem. By the time everyone is talking about it, you're usually late. Then the price drops, and fear kicks in. So you sell. And just like that, you've bought high and sold low, the exact opposite of what works. So instead of reacting, start thinking. Have a reason for every decision you make. If you ever feel emotional while investing, that's your signal to pause. Because emotional decisions are almost always bad decisions. Step back, reevaluate, and only act when you're thinking clearly. Rule 5, ignore the hype. In today's world, everyone has an opinion. This stock is going to the moon. This is the next big thing. This will make you rich. But here's the truth. Most of that is noise. Because by the time something becomes popular, the real opportunity is often gone. Early investors made their money, and now they need someone to buy from them. That someone is usually beginners. So instead of following hype, focus on logic, focus on real businesses, focus on long-term growth. Also, ask yourself this: if nobody was talking about this stock, would I still buy it? If the answer is no, then you're probably following hype. Rule 6. Most beginners should start with index funds, not individual stocks. Because picking winning stocks consistently is hard. Even professionals struggle with it. But index funds, they spread your money across dozens or even hundreds of companies. So instead of relying on one winner, you're investing in the entire market. It's simple, it's low cost, and historically, it works, especially for beginners. You can always learn stock picking later. But first, build a strong foundation. And this is why index funds are powerful, because they remove a lot of decision making. You don't need to guess winners. You just stay consistent and let time do the work. Rule 7. Stop obsessing. You don't need to check your investments every day. In fact, that usually does more harm than good, because short-term movements don't matter. The market will go up. It will go down. That's normal. Instead, check occasionally, stay consistent, and focus on your life. Because investing is supposed to support your future, not control your present. Most people fail not because they chose bad investments, but because they didn't stick with them long enough. Consistency beats intensity every single time. One more thing. If you're just starting out, don't overcomplicate this.